KOMU 8 News starts now.
Missouri under a heat advisory. It's felt like triple digits most of the day. Good afternoon, I'm Blake Salmon.
And I'm Amber Robb. Thanks for joining us. The National Weather Service says that the heat advisory is expected to last until tonight. Megan's in our weather center now tracking the heat. Let's send it over to her for a look at the latest in the heat.
Thank you, guys. We're still dealing with this heat into this evening, but that is set to expire tonight at 11 p.m. We do have a new obstacle to face, though. Come tomorrow, we do have a low potential for some severe thunderstorms. We're expecting 2 rounds of thunderstorms tomorrow, 1 in the early morning hours, 1 in the afternoon. Coming up, I'll detail out what exactly you can expect from that. Not only are we going to be talking about that, but we're going to be looking into next week. We've had plenty of heat this way, but more is on the way for next week. But we don't have any rain chances really in our sight except for Sunday. I'll also have a look at your 4th of July forecast.
With Boone County under a heat advisory, several cooling centers in Columbia are open tonight for locals to beat the heat. The Activity and Recreation Center, also known as the ARC, is open until 7 tonight. The Columbia Mall is also open until 9. And the Columbia Public Library just closed a couple of minutes ago, but they'll be back open tomorrow. Check back with us at 10 for details on tomorrow's openings, or head over to the City of Columbia's website at como.gov.
Protests were held all across the country today, demonstrating against the Trump administration's zero-tolerance immigration policy. The separation of families at the border is an ongoing issue. Americans gathered in every single state in support of the Families Belong Together movement, including Columbia. KOMU8's Shelby Lofton reports from today's protest.
Hundreds of people, young and old, came out for Columbia's Families Belong Together protest.
It's a very hot morning, but we're still getting a pretty sizable turnout.
Everyone from religious leaders to political groups to local residents took a turn at the mic.
I am a son of immigrants.
This protest is one of 650 events happening across the country this Saturday. Event attendees say the Mid-Missouri protest is special and worth noting.
Even in small town mid-America, that we care, that we are still a community that welcomes refugees, immigrants, asylum seekers.
Speakers and signs, all directed at Missouri lawmakers.
I know that Senator McCaskill has been pretty good on a lot of these issues. Senator Blunt is not so much.
The demonstration centered around the Trump administration's zero-tolerance immigration policy, making headlines the past few weeks.
People are upset. People are scared.
Protesters weren't shy about voicing and even wearing their displeasure toward President Trump and First Lady Melania. Early this morning, the president speaking out on Twitter. Quote, "The Democrats are making a strong push to abolish ICE, one of the smartest, toughest, and most spirited law enforcement groups of men and women that I've ever seen." Trump went on to say, quote, "The radical left Dems want you out." But one of the speakers says this isn't about politics.
It is so frustrating that this administration is never checked by anybody except for what people are seeing as the far left, when this is an issue that impacts everyone across the political spectrum.
Families holding each other, holding signs of support, all for the children and parents separated at the border.
We love you, that we welcome you, that what you're saying is not America, and we promise you America will return to what it was.
Shelby Lofton, KOMU8 News, Columbia.
Protest organizers are working to permanently end family separation, closing detention centers, and reversing the current immigration policies. Attendees of today's protest say they're looking forward to making bigger changes in the upcoming election. But it wasn't just Columbia. Cities across the nation took part today protesting Trump's administration's zero-tolerance immigration policy. More than 30,000 people attended the rally outside the White House today, protesting against children being separated from the parents at the southern border. Actress Diane Guerrero, known for her role in the series Orange is the New Black, spoke about her experience as a child of parents who were undocumented immigrants. She says her parents were deported when she was just 14 years old, and spoke on the irreversible damage she experienced.
No, I wouldn't have been so lucky if I had been among today's generation of children who will be irreversibly damaged by our government's actions. It's a denial of children's humanity to say that because they were born in difficult or a dangerous place at the wrong time, that they don't deserve a second chance.
Crowds also gathered in Tampa, Florida today despite record-breaking temperatures. Some parents say they would not usually participate in anti-Trump rallies but felt compelled to show up after learning about children being forced from their families.
15 years ago, that would have been me. That would have been one of those kids. And people don't understand that we come here not out of, we come here out of necessity. We don't come here for fun. We don't want to take anybody's jobs. We come here, we're volunteers, we go to school, we work, we pay our taxes. We're not criminals.
In Atlanta, organizers expected more than 4,000 people to engage in a citywide march. Congressman John Lewis spoke out against the administration's zero-tolerance policy.
We are sick and tired of seeing little children, seeing little babies taken from their mothers. That's not right. It's not fair. And history will not be kind to us. As a nation and as a people, we can do better, much better.
Protests also took place outside the country as well. Demonstrators protested in front of the U.S. consulate in Toronto today, demonstrating against families being separated at the U.S.-Mexico border. The rally is among more than a dozen happening across Canada today. The organizer of the rally in Toronto says it all started as an idea between concerned friends, growing into a nationwide movement.
We developed a Facebook group called GTA Action Against Zero Tolerance Policy to share information, letter templates, ideas of companies to boycott. And in that, I suggested a call for creative protest. Someone suggested stuffies at the consulate, and here we are a week later.
It wasn't just our neighbors up north either. Protesters across the Atlantic in the UK also demonstrated today. Hundreds gathered outside the U.S. Embassy in London. Demonstrators chanted and held signs that read, "America is torturing children," and "Families belong together."
We're very concerned about what's happening with the children especially, and we want to know that all of these children will be reunified with their families, and we want proof of that. And we want the people who have been actively working on this policy to be held accountable.
Fighting cancer with medals? We'll explain later in the show.
Never be surprised by the weather. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by Central Bank of Boone County.
KOMU8 presents the City of Columbia's 66th annual 4th of July Fire in the Sky celebration. Join us starting at 6:30 for activities, food trucks, and live music in the district. And new this year at Lucky's Market. The Comancheros and Violet and the Undercurrents perform in Flat Branch Park, and Jay Monet and the Ina Cook Band perform at Lucky's. Then at 9:15, fireworks light up the sky next to Lucky's. Fire in the Sky is presented by KOMU8 and Columbia Insurance Group and brought to you by these sponsors.
Your Honor, the defendant brutally killed her husband, Edgar.
We love Lavinia.
She's the only royalty we have left.
There are no witnesses, no motive, no smoking gun. Guys, come on!
All rise. You don't say that. I'm sorry. You may be seated. Everybody say, innocent. Innocent.
Trial and Error Lady Killer premieres July 19th on NBC. Toyota's Star Spangled Sales Event is here. Enjoy patriotic deals right now on your favorite Toyota models. Choose from the adventurous RAV4, the bold Camry, the family-friendly Highlander, the rugged Tacoma, and the fun Corolla. Don't wait. The Star Spangled Sales Event won't be around forever, and neither will these exceptional deals. Lease Corolla for $199 per month, including $1,750 lease bonus cash, or get $1,500 customer cash. Toyota, let's go places.
Why would you eat pre-processed Mexican food from a chain restaurant or worse, a gas station? When you could eat this. Jose Jalapeño's food is made from scratch from family recipes and is the most authentic north of the border. Sample our vegetarian menu full of flavorful premium ingredients. Don't get the fuel for your body where you get the fuel for your car. When you can come to Jose Jalapeño's, a taste of Mexico the whole family can enjoy.
So you guys have recently started dating?
Yes.
Cool. I want to show you guys 3 Chevy SUVs. The first one is called the Trax. Great for when you move in together. And this is the Chevy Equinox. Perfect for when you two have your first kid.
Give me some time.
Okay. This is the Traverse. For when you have your 5 kids, 2 dogs, and 1 cat.
Whoa.
5?
Qualified lessees can get this well-equipped 2018 Chevy Equinox for around $249 a month. Visit your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealers.
Never be surprised by the weather. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app for your phone and tablet. The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Thanks for joining us here on KOMU8 News at 6. Here's your live weather cam overlooking the Rocheport area right now. Plenty of clear skies all throughout the day today, and it's been a warm one as well. We're still in the 90s as we head into the evening hours. 93 is our temperature right now at the Columbia Regional Airport, and with that dew point at 72 degrees, it is feeling pretty muggy outside, feeling like 101. However, the winds do offer a little bit of relief. They're at 13 miles per hour, really between 10 to 15 for most of our area. So that's kind of helping things cool off a little, or I should say, feeling a little bit cooler as we head into the evening hours. Now across the board, plenty of warm temperatures as well. 93 here and in Chicago too. Chicago is usually a little bit cooler than we are. And down in Texas, feeling about the same. However, if you look out west, cooler temperatures are on the way. That's behind a cold front. That cold front is going to impact us come tomorrow, and it's actually stirring up some storms right now as we speak. Those are out to our west, but some of us are kind of creeping close to our area. We could see an isolated shower or thunderstorm before the day is done today. However, it's not extremely likely. The better chance is going to be for tomorrow morning. That's when that first round of storms is expected, and that's going to be mainly out to our west on the Kansas City half of the state. But another round is expected in the afternoon hours. That's primarily going to be on the St. Louis half of the state. Both of these events are primarily going to be to the south of I-70. And it's not extremely likely that this will happen, but we could see a couple rumbles of thunder with this. A couple of these storms could be on the more severe side. Moving into Monday morning, that cloud cover is going to clear out, leaving us with plenty of sunshine for Monday, and really all of next week, that is going to be the trend. Jumping back to those thunderstorms that we're going to see tomorrow, those are going to be 2 rounds. We do have a storm mode index on this. Ours ranges from 0 to 5. It's at a 1 for tomorrow, so definitely on the lower side of the scale. If we see any strong to severe thunderstorms, our main concerns with those are going to be strong wind and large hail as well. Jumping back into tonight, it's going to be another muggy night. We've seen muggy nights for the past couple of nights. 77 degrees will be our low temperature. That's about 15 degrees above average for this time of year. And those winds are going to remain out of the south at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Clouds are going to increase into tomorrow as we are expecting showers and thunderstorms by the morning hours. 91 degrees will be the high with those thunderstorms possible, but we are going to see a couple breaks in those storms. We will see some pockets of sunshine throughout the day tomorrow as well. But more sunshine and heat is on the way over the next couple of days. Temperatures are going to be remaining in the 90s. Very humid as well. If you look out to next Wednesday, it is the 4th of July. It is going to be dry for that. Good for shooting off fireworks, but you'll want to keep a bucket of water around. 92 degrees will be the high for that.
A lot of World Cup action today, including a messy game for a soccer powerhouse.
Tick-tock, let's go, come on.
Unlike haggling with a mechanic, Aspen Dental offers dentures starting at $3.99, so you don't get stuck paying an arm and a leg or anything else.
Schedule now at 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
KOMU8 cares for your community. That's why we bring you the Crime Stoppers report each week, to protect your family and make Mid-Missouri a safer place to live. We partner with Crime Stoppers to keep those who have committed criminal acts off our streets. If you know of a wanted criminal, call 573-875-TIPS. Crime Stoppers on KOMU8 is brought to you by Command Security and Sound, the name to trust in Mid-Missouri.
It's MediaCom Super Savings Event. Hurry and get extra savings on these great services, including super fast internet, up to 100 meg with in-home Wi-Fi, hundreds of channels, plus live TV streaming on any device in your home. Switch today and get TV, internet, and phone as low as $24.99 each a month for 1 year when bundled. No contract required. Plus, get free TiVo DVR service and Showtime anytime. Call 800-SIMPLIFY today.
Unlike this free romantic music, Aspen Dental offers an actually free exam for new uninsured patients.
Schedule now at 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
Get where you're going faster with the KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app, bringing you mid-Missouri traffic in real time. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app. Coverage you can count on.
So you guys have recently started dating?
Yes.
Cool. I want to show you guys 3 Chevy SUVs. The first one is called the Trax. Great for when you move in together. And this is the Chevy Equinox. Perfect for when you two have your first kid.
Give me some time.
Okay. This is the Traverse. For when you have your 5 kids, 2 dogs, and 1 cat.
Whoa. 5?
Qualified lessees can get this well-equipped 2018 Chevy Equinox for around $249 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Does that say monthly connection charges?
Again? Let me see. Other carriers pull the wool over your eyes, charging up to $20 per month per line for connection charges.
Unbelievable.
But U.S. Cellular has no monthly connection charges. Don't get the wool pulled over your eyes. U.S. Cellular has no hidden fees, like connection charges on iPhones or Apple Watch.
The Audrain County Sheriff's Office is under investigation for allegedly assaulting an inmate. A report by the Columbia Daily Tribune says the Callaway County Sheriff's Office is investigating the allegations made by Audrain County Jail inmate Richard Henry. Henry says he was thrown to the ground, headbutted, and threatened in jail, all by a sheriff. His attorney also says he was denied medical help.
The Columbia chapter of the charity Medals for Metal is encouraging runners to donate their marathon and half marathon finishers medals to those battling cancer. Tomorrow, volunteers will be at Fleet Feet Sports on Nifong to collect medals they will give to cancer patients at 2 local hospitals. Volunteers say they give out the medals to encourage patients to keep fighting the good fight.
And it's one way for the running community to give back and to help brighten the day of somebody, to show them that they're running a harder race than we ever ran.
The medal drive will take place from noon to 4. Court says marathon and half marathon medals are preferred, but they'll also take 10K as well as 5K medals.
The Centers for Disease Control is warning locals to be on the lookout for bugs that can cause diseases. The CDC says Missouri residents should be specifically on the lookout for mosquitoes, fleas, and tick bites. Missouri is in the top 40% for cases of diseases caused by ticks. A new report by the CDC also says 9 new bug-borne diseases have been introduced since 2016. And 3 paddlers broke a record today at the Missouri River Freedom Race. Over 100 paddlers woke up bright and early this morning to compete in the race. The 63-mile canoe and kayak race started at 9 a.m. in Lamine near Boonville and ended in Jefferson City. The race comes just before the big race later next month, the MR 340. Michael Matthews, Dylan McCarty, and Brad Daniels finished the 63-mile race in 5 hours and 37 minutes. They broke their previous record by 2 minutes.
My grandma and grandpa did it. Aunts and uncles all raced canoes, so it's sort of like a family tradition, you know, with his too.
So that's his new team this year. I wanted to go solo this year. Dylan wanted to put a 3-man team together. So they're obviously doing very, very well, and so I'm happy for them because that was my old partner from last year, so yeah.
The MR 340 race starts on July 24th.